Basement Bookers Podcast.
Hey now, it's your boy, Basement Jer, with Rich the Riz. Together, the Basement Bookers Podcast, a wrestling podcast, if you will. Right, Rich the Riz, the most Riz's baldest man.
Absolutely, we are here. This is our much anticipated Bookie Awards. The Golden Pencil is our annual award show where we hand out a golden pencil to those most deserving in all the categories we made up.
It's usable. You could use the pencil, you can write stuff, the eraser works, but it leaves golden flakes on the paper. I don't know if that's helpful to you. But we're doing this, and yes, thank you. This is a yearly tradition for everybody that comes along, and we'll do things a little bit differently. We got some things, Rich, there is, and I thought since we have a lot to talk about, we should hit the ground running, as they say. So the first category is as such. It is most excellently executed year. With Bret Hart there, notice he looks like that meme of that little child with the fist, like you did it, you know. You remember that little boy with the bald head, and he's got his fist. It's like, yeah, I'm the man. I did it. So, Richter is define excellently executed, and then
So, this award is given to the superstar that made the most of all their time on screen. The mic work was on point, the in-ring work was on point, and everything was just delivered. Examples of previous winners last year, 2023, Gunter won this award. The year before that was um, Sami Zayn for 2022. 2022, arguably tremendous year, huge year for Sami Zayn. The whole bloodline thing that was going on last year. Gunter, his incredible run as IC champ, and this year the nominees are, in no particular order, CM Punk
like Mussolini.
and Gandhi, Mercedes Moné, Cody Rhodes, and the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns.
This was difficult. This was very difficult because if you look at the nominees, Mercedes Monet did convince a millionaire to pay her way more than he should have and give her all the belts. So,
All of them.
yeah, with the exception of one. Um, and that itself, that's important. But when we chose the winner, you have to remember that the biggest show, the biggest stage is WrestleMania. The unbeatable, the unconquerable, was the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our winner went on to win the Royal Rumble back to back. Twice, that means. And
Mm-hmm.
this time, regardless of how it happened, was able to end the longest streak of championship holding since, like, he hasn't even, it's Hulk Hogan that he hasn't surpassed.
Yeah.
And I don't think for a long time we're going to see the likes of that again. So we decided that it was Cody Rhodes who had the most excellently executed year. Um, if we were to go, and I feel like, and this I'm throwing this at you last minute, and if Cody wasn't allowed, if no males were allowed in this category,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Mercedes Monet, who looks like Sasha Banks but isn't,
Mm-hmm.
she there might be a case there for her.
100%.
Um,
Absolutely.
she was able to do that for herself, so that'll be an honorable mention slash. But what if no men? Okay,
Right.
and that's it. But Punk, he did have a decent year. His feud with Drew, but that's not what this is about. CM Punk did not become the champion. Not that that's the thing, but if you think about WrestleMania, the moment that mattered,
Hmm.
where everybody was talking about it for a long time, was that and Cody Rhodes. So congratulations, Cody Rhodes. You win. You
Right.
win.
If every moment that you have on TV is a brick, right? The brick that is beating Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, at WrestleMania, is the largest brick of all. Cody certainly has the largest wall out of everyone that we mentioned. And everyone, all four of these have fantastic walls.
Yes. Balls too. Even Mercedes Monet.
Yeah.
But not
Balls to the
even the
wall.
big bad wolf could blow Cody's house down. This next award is the Bray Wyatt Memorial Resurrection Resurgence Award, brother. And Ward Brothers not a part of this, so you Hogan haters don't worry about it. Um, this is Rich Riz. Why don't you explain this category, this golden pencil? What is it all about? And nominees, as you're known
Right.
to do.
Yes, so formerly known as the Lake of Reincarnation Dip of the Year, award is given to the wrestler who came back with a new gimmick, fresh look, fresh attitude, the freshest coat of paint that we have received that a wrestler can achieve. And this year, this is one of the few that we haven't didn't come to a consensus in the pre-show to figure out who wins. Our nominees this year are the combination of Karrion Cross and the Authors of Pain, DIY, the Wyatts, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
This is hard because I feel like everybody in here, it's like they don't have the levels of from Husky Harris to Bray Wyatt to many versions of Bray Wyatt to The Fiend and coming back as what he came back after The Fiend.
As just him.
Yeah, like none of these things can really, it's not on that level. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Right.
So honestly, it's hard to tell, especially at this, even with the way it was for Karrion Cross and AOP and the Wyatts, it's like around October. So like maybe, well, Mania, uh, AOP and them, they wrestled there and stuff. But I felt like a lot of times we were like, what's going on here? We getting more? We did get more towards the end.
Hmm.
Ironically enough, to me, it's like the Wyatt Six and those guys who feuded with one another.
Hmm.
I think that would be fair to say, I guess. And Shinsuke didn't come back until last month.
Right. Shinsuke's return was late, so we don't have a lot of material to support Shinsuke's nomination here, which obviously takes away from that a bit.
Yeah, it sure does. I guess I think with the QR codes and all this stuff and, making, I would say, curiosities out of people who you otherwise wouldn't find all that interesting on their own. The Redbeards of the world, the Joe Gacy's of the world, who I'm a fan of, Nikki Cross, who's been forgotten, and Dexter Loomis Shaw, whatever you want to call him,
Hmm.
and still kind of in the middle with this situation here. But overall, I'm gonna just go by the work that's been put into it and production also. I'm gonna I think the Wyatt Six should get it. Um, I just feel like even with them being kind of interesting, which by the way they moved to SmackDown now. Um, Even if Cross's team is interesting to me right now, I don't think they're not there yet for me personally. So I'll leave it up to you to decide that.
I think you and I are on the same page here. DIY, their transition came later, and honestly wasn't a tremendous transition. Not as much as Shinsuke, right? Shinsuke's transition was
They're just bad.
larger, right?
The
Yeah,
DIY.
yeah. Shinsuke's transition was there was more to it, but again, came late in the year. Cross and AOP, to your point, didn't like they were around, but not doing a lot. Um, Early in the year, up until the Wyatts, this feud with the Wyatts, and throwing the Miz in there.
Yeah.
So especially since the cross AOP thing depended on the Wyatts, the Wyatts, the total repackaging of all of them together. It's a big repackaging. It was big hype. We got the return of Eric Rowan to the company. Um, Essentially in the same role he had before, but new flavor. And they literally had the world talking. I feel like the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, of which we are a large, strong part of, thanks for the follow, they they had the most people talking. That makes them the most successful repackaging of the year, and so I feel like it definitely goes to the Wyatts this year.
That's right. Congratulations to the Wyatts. Also, along with golden pencils for everyone, 200 basement dollars, not real money, not refundable, not fungible, not even real, not a meme coin.
May not
So
be
yeah,
fungible, but definitely fun.
it's fun. There's fun in there. You could use it even in Monopoly, but that depends on the house what that you are playing in. Okay, well, that was great. We shipped out the pencils and basement dollars, and now, Rich Deriz, it's time for the Game is On Award for Return of the Year. The Memorial Triple H Game is On Award for Return of the Year. As you can see, Triple H dressed in his return outfit back in the early aughts. He's come back from injury and he's ready to game all over your face, neck, and chest. Rich Deriz,
That's right. I just
as
love to
much as
say
you love that analogy, let's keep
it
going.
certainly works in this case, but because I gotta say, I gotta point out every time we were there. What a moment.
What a moment.
So yes, this is formerly known as the Jedi Award. So someone left, came back, whether it was an injury or their contract expired and they lapsed and they were doing something else. Whatever the case is, return of the year actually kind of speaks for itself. I shouldn't have even had to explain all that. So
True.
our nominees here are Bo Howdy, Andrade, Jamie Hayter, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and the War Raiders. Especially given that
What a
they're
field.
getting their new name back, their old name back.
Their old name, which is the new name, which is not the
Yes,
old name, which is the new name, which is the old name, but it's back.
correct. And the winner for the return of the year, the Game Award, is Roman Reigns.
He wasn't injured, but he was titleless injured, and he
He
came
was
back.
he was titleless. He was away. He left as a heel. Did storyline as far as on TV, vignettes, updates on his whereabouts or what he's doing. Did nothing. Came back to the biggest hero's welcome. He turned face by not doing a thing.
Or did he? Because Roman Reigns himself said that he hasn't changed,
Right.
which is interesting. It's an interesting indictment.
So he may or may not be a face right now.
We
We know
just don't
he's not.
know.
He's not a heel.
I just feel like he's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He might be the guy.
Do you think he really took that and ran with it? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. I
Did he
just
bring it
think it.
back?
I think it just leaves people guessing. I think personally, it's a good strategy.
Do you really believe
In the Shield, yes, but
that?
I believe that.
Oh, some of those deliveries were awful. What
Listen,
growth from
that's how
our
you
tribal
grow.
chief.
That's right. I've always been a fan. So, he's definitely, he's earned his keep. He's learned. Now he's teaching. He's
Mm-hmm.
out there. Everybody's like, this is cinema. It's like, okay, yeah, see.
Yep.
So the same people shit on that Royal Rumble win. Just saying. Okay.
Yep.
So, congratulations to the tribal chief. Really, what's a golden pencil to a Ulafala? I would
Mm.
say it's about the same, but that's just my opinion. And that's a wrong opinion. You're allowed to have wrong opinions. Well, now that we're able to reward something to our tribal chief, it's time for the Scott Hall. You want a war? You're gonna get one. Ship Jumper of the Year, Rich DeRiz. Tell us, explain nominees. Repeat.
All right. So the Ship Jumper of the Year award goes to someone that moved from one major televised company to another and made an impact. No pun
No pun
intended there.
intended.
Right. Previous winners last year was CM Punk. That was without a doubt the biggest ship jump of the year. It was also the worst kept secret, but it was tremendous. Year before that was Claudio, 2022, going to AEW.
Yeah, we're getting to rethink that award, but we can't take him away. We have to because by the standards you gave, didn't really work out that way.
Yeah, I mean, shiny toys being what they are.
Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, I can't remember what the competition was that year. All I
That
have here
that was
are
probably
the
it. Yeah.
winners. But for this year, the nominees are Kazuchika Okada, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Ricochet. Pew.
Yeah, he's having a good time over there.
Haha. As long as he's having fun.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, thank you, Ricochet. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricochet. Great cameo. Perfect. And the winners. Oh, I just spoiled it. Ha! Whoopsie. The winner or winners of the golden pencil for the ship jumpers of the year are the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, they.
Honestly,
Yep.
I used to love watching them in TNA back when I was able to watch TNA. It's not on TV in New York at the moment. Um, Coming to WWE, they had a quick start, got the tag titles early, had a couple defenses. They've constantly delivered on like every minute of TV they get,
That's
and
right.
I love it.
That's right. Congratulations, Motor City Machine Guns. Sorry, you're gonna have to split the reward. So there's so many. You get one. Okay, you get one big golden pencil. Okay, we this way. I don't know how you want to do it. Maybe like three at one guy's house, three at the other guy's house, and you hang out together on the seventh day. I think that's fair. And like every other week, the other person gets to determine like when you get to, where you're going to do it. Like if it's at one guy's house or the other guy's house. Um, I don't even know. They might live together.
They'll
So
figure it out.
they'll figure it out. Welcome to the Memorial Mandy Rose Smoke Show of the Year Award, named after Mandy Rose, who disappeared from NXT. We don't know where she is. We don't know what she's doing, but we're all under the assumption that she is still hot. And yes, so originally I was going to put every past Smoke Show winner, but I decided that I would pick the best of the past winners and put her right there. So that, to me, in
You
my opinion,
you in fact picked the only two-time winner.
That's right. Listen, I feel like Toxic Attraction, Mandy is the greatest of all time. Uh, for her faces, like the many things she's done, that's
Hmm.
the best. And I really think that they fucked up and they should bring her back. It's just so stupid what they did. Um,
I
so
agree.
especially with the way things are now, like you want more money, like you bring her back. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe stop trying to price people out of WrestleMania with your ridiculous prices on tickets now. It's really not nice. But uh, on to, Rich, why don't you give us, explain and, yeah, give us the
So
nominees there.
the Smoke Show of the Year is our admittedly most misogynistic award, where we just decide who we think was the hottest woman of the year in pro wrestling. Past winners include, as mentioned, Mandy Rose twice in 2022 and 2018. Last year's winner, 2023, from out of nowhere,
The
Sky.
Rafters.
No, no. Sky Blue last year. So the nominees this year are the woman who this was originally named after, if you remember her TNA gimmick, Scarlett, Tiffany Stratton, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, Tatum Paxley, Gigi Dolan, Julia Hart. Yes, I know. Okay, there's a lot of nominees. Tony Storm, Mariah May, and Harley Cameron.
This is hard to choose from. We had a fight. There was a big argument over this. There was a big argument. We didn't know what to do here. I've since changed my opinion because
Hmm.
at first I was like, I think Stephanie Vaquer should win, but I'm like, that to me is not fair. I think that's a bias on my part. And honestly, I think, I might be alone, but I had to take everyone and
Hmm.
I had to put them against each other.
Got to study tape.
In my mind, each was handed a pillow and which to fight with. Now, this isn't about wrestling ability. It's not about power. It's not about how many belts. But I think Harley Cameron is probably like of these. It's very difficult because I know we're all into mommy, and there's Liv. I think she's better looking than Liv Morgan personally. Um, the assets speak for themselves, but it depends on what you appreciate. Honestly, that's who I think should, but that's not what this is about. This is consensus. So what do you think? Because you have everything in front of you. And Tony Storm, she's a very attractive woman.
Hmm.
These are all everyone here. They would not be nominated if
Yeah,
they didn't have something to contribute here, right here, too.
absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah, stats category as it always is. No pun intended there, or maybe. But definite stiff competition, and every one of these women definitely deserves our appreciation for what they do and what they bring to the table as we are watching wrestling. Regarding what you said, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, or Harley Cameron is definitely the kind of the classic blonde bombshell.
I feel like that's missing a lot.
Yeah, Scarlett brought that to TNA back in the day.
That's true.
Um, Tiffany Stratton brings that to SmackDown now.
She does. She does do that. She does indeed
Hmm.
do that.
Tony Storm a little bit more of an old school, at least when she was, I mean, I'm sorry.
I enjoy the One
Timeless Tony
Piece.
Storm.
The One
Timeless Tony Storm,
Piece.
which is not right. Which is not current Tony Storm. Um, Mariah May, certainly. But I feel like, for me, and we did discuss potentially having two winners here.
We did potentially discuss this, yes. What would be this being one of the most unconsequential awards in the whole thing? It's just
I disagree. This is important. That's why we have to deliberate
that's
so
right. It does. With
so
the amount of time
intently.
we took, I think it feels like it's bigger than I said. So,
Right. So looking at the list here, there's essentially two categories of women, right? We got classic kind of bombshell and crazy.
oh, I
Crazy,
see.
crazy absolutely can be hot. And there's only one that fits in both of those categories. I love me Gigi Dolan, Tatum Paxley, but the only one that fits in both of those categories is Liv Morgan.
Okay. Listen. Um, I'll fight you. I'll fight you in the streets, but this is not the hill I'm willing to die on. Um, I'm not gonna do that. So if you want, then Liv Morgan can have it. She can be the winner this year.
All right, congrats, Liv Morgan. She gets our golden pencil.
Your golden pencil. All right.
Right.
Listen. Hold on. I'm getting a call in from friend of the show, Brett the Hitman Hart.
Thanks for nothing. Go yourselves. I think that would sum it up.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, Bret Hart, not a fan. I don't understand, but he's very old school. He probably doesn't appreciate us doing this right now. So sorry, Brett. We didn't mean to disappoint you.
I heard he gave us a 4 out of 10.
Thank God. Well, thank you, Brett the Hitman Hart, once again. This time we're here with the Make This Guy Look Really Good Superstar of the Year award. Rich Derez, explain here what you think and who these people are for the people who don't know and why they're there.
So first off, this is arguably the biggest award that we could possibly give. This is the wrestler that just had overall the best year. And there we're looking at six. Yes, I said six past winners. And I say six because both AJ Styles and Becky Lynch each won it twice, both back to back. AJ winning in 2016 and 2017, and Becky winning in 2018 and 2019. We took a bit of a hiatus in 2020 and 2021. Roman won it in 2022. No argument there. And Seth carried 2023. And with all that being said, the nominees for the 2024 Golden Pencil for the Make This Guy Look Really Good Superstar of the Year are the Tribal Chief himself, Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, Christian Cage, Tony Storm, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, Mercedes Moné, and Liv Morgan. Strong competition.
It's so strong. But at the end of the day, Rich Derez, we talked about this. This was difficult, and some people might get upset, But the superstar of the year, this superstar, maybe it's not necessary, but to me, when you make all the towns, you go out there, you're always on, you're wrestling, You're out there representing, carrying the brand on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterbacking. Spoiler alert. Quarterbacking. As much as we acknowledge Tribal Chief, there was a wrestling match on April 2nd. And he lost that match to Cody Rhodes. And look, there was controversy. I actually, we have a message from Cody Rhodes to Rich DeRiz.
Where is that referee? He was trying to
Fudge.
on me.
Ah!
So, Cody tried to fudge on Rich DeRiz. I mean, Rich DeRiz tried to fudge on Cody. And we stopped this immediately. We stopped it
Yes.
immediately now. Cody Rhodes, made to look really good. I don't know how much better you can look, considering the what Roman did. He did make him look really good.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Tremendous match. Cody had an amazing year.
Yep, that's right. That is right. And congratulations, Cody Rhodes. Another golden pencil. You could use that, more importantly, better than any of your PWI bullshits. Don't mean anything really. The golden pencil supersedes
11
things.
stars.
69 stars. Whatever. And now, well, ladies and gentlemen, Cody came by. He picked up this pencil because, damn it, he does everything. It's nice of him to stop by. Allegedly, didn't really happen. But what is happening is the Road Warrior Tag Team of the Year. I know Rich DeRiz likes to explain it, but I'm just going to say it's self-explanatory. This is the best tag team of the year. Rich DeRiz, take it away.
That's right. Just a really quick mention. FTR, in whatever form, is the only 3-time winner of any golden pencil.
That's historic.
They won in 2016 and 2019 as the Revival, and in 2022 as FTR. Last year's winner were the team of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and we see where that went.
To the
Now.
Judgment Day.
Yes. So, the nominees for 2024 Tag Team of the Year are DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, Bloodline 2, which is Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, the Judgment Day, first, Finn and Priest, Judgment Day, Finn and JD McDonough, Jade and Bianca, and Fraxium, which is Nick Frazier and Axiom if you don't watch NXT.
Yes, and in the lore of the Basement Bookers podcast, I don't think Nathan Frazier can read. Don't ask why. It's just how it is. It's fine. Anyway, he probably can read. I just don't think he can, and he's a liar. I'm not even gonna go into it. So, and it's ironic that I mentioned that Fraxium should be involved in this, them being the NXT champions for a long time, actually. So, who do you think should win this golden pencil here?
No, we actually, I thought we already picked these winners.
Oh, so what I meant to say is, who's the winner?
So it's another one where there is pretty stiff competition, but a lot of these teams had their falling offs, but the only one that really didn't, that really sustained, that was consistent more than the rest, were Jade and Bianca. And they're our winners this year.
That's right. The first ever women's tag team to win Tag Team of the Year, obviously. So, yes, congratulations to you two. And hopefully Bianca Belair and Naomi find the real attackers. Welcome back, folks, to the Golden Pencil Award. at the halftime. We have here the Sheriff Austin Authority
What?
Figure of the Year. Rich Torres, explain this category, the nominees, and how you. Yeah, let's do this. This is very
So,
easy.
yep, self-explanatory. It's our favorite authority figure. The authority figure that was most effective in their job. Now, historically, except for Sheriff Austin, what? Authority figures kind of not effective in their job.
Hit or miss.
Right. So, uh, probably one of my favorites. 2019's winner was Nobody, which
I
was
like
great.
nobody.
Last year didn't have a winner. Neither did 2022. This year, the nominees are Nick Aldis and Shawn Michaels,
Yep.
and the winner, former holder of the 10 pounds of gold himself, Nick Aldis.
Congratulations to Nick Aldis. It's in the mail.
Mm.
Don't forget to tip your driver. Well, folks, this is the Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes best feud of the year. I should have left the best out, just said feud of the year, but whatever. I just did it how it was worded. Rich Torres, explain. Do the things that you do. Let us know how you feel.
So this award is about our favorite feud. A feud that was the most heated, had the most behind it, had the most, just the deepest blood feud, the deepest grudge
Hate.
out of all of them. And the nominees this year, first of all, last year's winner. Let me go through a couple years. 2019 had Cody versus Jericho. We didn't have one for 2020 and 2021. 2022 was Cody versus Seth. 2023 was Cody and Crew versus the Bloodline. Okay? So Cody Rhodes involved in some heated feuds past few years. And now the nominees for Feud of the Year 2024 are Cody versus Kevin Owens, Cody versus Bloodline, Bloodline versus Bloodline, Judgment Day versus Judgment Day. So all of that. That includes the overlap of Priest versus Finn and Rhea versus Liv. Then we have separately Rhea versus Liv and Priest versus Finn. Drew versus Punk. Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed. The Wyatts versus American Made.
American me.
Bayley versus Io Sky.
Damage Control Civil War.
Right. Swerve versus Hangman.
He burned his house down. His childhood home.
Childhood home. Tony Storm versus Mariah May. Will Ospreay versus MJF. And Cope versus Christian. And the winner, best feud of the year, 2024, Bloodline Civil War.
It was close. I really thought that Drew McIntyre and CM Punk really had a good feud. So I think that would be a close second. Like the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah,
So don't be mad.
it's a tough category because there have been a lot of really strong feuds this year.
Sure, certainly. Certainly was. And now we're gonna go on to the next category. Rich, you ready for that? That's right. Right off of the bat of the Dusty Ric Flair feud of the year, we have the Memorial Dusty Rhodes Booker of the Year award. Dusty being known as a booker. He's not the best in history, You know, sometimes you got to throw things at the wall. Sometimes you hit war games. Sometimes you hit that one where they're fighting on the back of a truck and there's a cage or whatever, maybe. You know, sometimes you win some, you lose some. But at the end of the day, Booker of the Year, Richter is. Why don't you explain all of that and then do your nominees, our nominees, together as a team?
Yeah, I just want to throw in there, Dusty Rhodes is named after him because he got us interested. He got us truly believing that there could have been something, that there really could have been something between Kelly and Balls Mahoney.
That's right. You too can believe, you know. Use that as confidence for your life.
There you
Who
go.
knows? God could book you in that same situation.
Right. So, nominees are, the nominees should be obvious. Triple H and Tony Khan. And the winner.
Obviously.
Now, the winner should be obvious. You listen to our last award. Feud of the Year. A lot of strong feuds on the WWE side.
Yeah.
So, once again, 3 years in a row, ever since this award has been in existence, once again, the winner is the game, Triple H.
Oh, my game. And how you play it? You're right. Can't take it. Well, off to different pastures. This is the $1 million challenge. Dick move of the year. Rich Torres explained this category.
Every now and then in wrestling, you get a character that they just do something so deplorable, so horrible, that you just want to take a golden pencil and put it where the sun don't shine. Past winners include last year, 2023, with CM Punk's AEW locker room issues, which we may have
Turned
to
out to
rescind.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, we may have to rescind that award, but that we'll leave that up to the committee. Year before that was Rhea Ripley's concerto to Beth Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty mean.
Right. So the nominees this year are Dominic Mysterio turning on Rhea Ripley,
You fool.
Finn Balor costing Priest the world title,
I feel like Priest earned that.
and those two things happened the same night, and The New Day rejecting and embarrassing Big E.
Well, this one was easy.
This one was easy, and it was The New Day, because the hell Big E ever do to you guys?
That's right, man. Well, if you listen to them, what he did was have a weak neck, apparently.
He's not neck strong.
Yeah, that's somebody else's gimmick. Okay, so Rich this is the entrance music of the year, the Honky Tonk Man entrance music of the year. I actually had many people in line to represent this. It was going to be Hulk Hogan with his guitar from the stand back, but and then there was going to be somebody. Yeah, bass. Then there was going to be somebody else from there too, but things being as they are, we're going to stick with the Honky Tonk Man. Safe bet there. No one's got a problem with Honky Tonk Man, as far as I know.
He's a honky tonk man.
Except the Ultimate Warrior, but he ain't here no more. You can't tell us what to do.
That's right. He's
So
cool. He's cocky. He's bad.
Exactly. All right, Rich Perez. Why don't you pass nominees and all that?
So this is to honor the music that we love the most out of all the entrance music that we hear on a weekly basis. Prior winners, I can go through all these real quick, was 2016 Bobby Roode with Glorious. 2017 Aleister Black. The
No man is ever truly good.
Yeah. 2018 was Drew McIntyre.
It's great still.
2019 was The Fiend. Skip 2020 and 2021. 2022 was Cody Rhodes. And last year was Julia Hart. This year's nominees, there are 4 of them. Now, we have not decided on a winner yet. The nominees are the Motor City Machine Guns, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns,
Version 2.
right? That's version 3, because remember they added and kept it.
Uh,
They had like 3 times already. Jay Uso, yeet, and our Superstar of the Year, Cody Rhodes.
Again. All right. So I promised that I would listen to the Motor City Machine Guns theme music and then decide. So we're going to pause here because YouTube's going to block it anyway.
Right.
And we're going to put it on. We listened together. Welcome in. We listened to the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, Rich DeRiz says it's punk rock, and I feel like I need a little bit more than raise your fist and then raise your fist again. Yes. Yeah. I
That's
do
Spyros.
like the machine guns in the beginning. That was kind of cool. But it doesn't even touch Kingdom. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree. I wanted them in there because their music is really hype, and honestly, when they come out, we don't hear that much of it. We don't get to hear like the loop of it. Okay, now Kingdom is a full song, and this is not. This is, you get to a certain. Honestly,
and then it plays again.
yeah, the end and some of it's a little generic. Sounds a little like 80s commando kind of game, a little bit.
Sure.
But I like it. I don't like it enough to give it the win here. But I like it. I wanted them mentioned. I wanted them represented again.
Yeah.
Because I like the song. It's cool. It's fun. It's hype for them when you're live watching. Just sit and listen to it. It's like, I'd rather, whoa.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got Roman's new thing, and that's good too.
They added a thing to Roman.
I don't know, man.
I mean, honestly, let's see. Man, Roman hasn't won though. But okay, so like Roman's hasn't changed a lot. They added a little something extra to the beginning. Yeah. It's like they keep adding to the beginning just to build, like to add more of a build for the tribal chief. To me, it's either Jay or Cody.
Okay. It's just me, Oos. It's just me, Oos. All right. So, in regards to the fact that, I don't think it's fair to Cody, but at the same time, we've heard it many times.
Yeah.
And it's still going to be an all-timer.
Yeah, he won in 2022. And
But
it just hasn't changed since.
Yeah, there's no rule that says you have to have a different theme song for it to qualify.
True.
But I think we should give it to Jay. I mean, there's a lot of yeeting, makes you very tired. It gets people pumped up, and then you know how it is.
Yeah.
If you ask my wife, she'll say it's Kingdom, but she's not here for this, so we're gonna go with Jay. It's just him who's day one-ish. Yeah. Who's challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event. We'll also have Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu, a scarier Jacob Fatu, a sololess Jacob Fatu, it seems. And as he said, he's just getting started.
A more calculating Jacob Fatu, one that acknowledges that we thought he was unhinged, but acknowledging the fact of being unhinged makes him hinged, which makes it all calculated.
That's right.
That's what I said. He's calculating.
You're gonna get Braun Strowman and beat his ass.
Mm.
I feel like Jacob must have watched like old tape of Scared Straight. You know what I mean? And then just like integrated it in. You know,
I don't.
Scared Straight, if you guys don't know what Scared Straight is, it's like these privileged kids, or not privileged kids, they're just asshole kids. They take them to jails and
Mm,
they have them talk to inmates.
mm.
And they is some scary MFers, you know what I mean? So, put your hand in my pocket. That means I own you. You know. Anyway, now it's time. Time for face turn of the year.
That's right. It's a pretty self-explanatory title. Last year's winner was Jey Uso. Just to throw that out there. The nominees this year are Roman Reigns, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley as pictured, and Jimmy Uso. Now, I'm just gonna say we have I have a note in here that we're gonna discuss live why it's not the tribal chief, and we kind of already touched on it because we don't know whether he's a face or a heel. Really, he's kind of just doing Roman.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed. It's like he was a face by default because he was fighting the biggest heel faction.
That's right, the bloodline.
And like he was still acting heelish. He wouldn't apologize to Jay or Jimmy.
He's yet to
One of 'em.
apologize to Drew McIntyre.
Right.
And Drew says, you know, everybody's played checkers, but Roman Reigns is playing chess.
Mm-hmm. And he's the only, and Drew's the only one that knows it.
Yeah. It's hard to say it because, like, outside of just, you know, he's not after Solo because out of some kind of altruism,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's out of reclaiming what's his.
Yep.
And to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why he doesn't really get that.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't credible that he came back, but as far as we're concerned, we don't think that. You know, it's not official.
Mm-hmm.
Just because
So-
they cheer for you, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Cena got more boos than cheers. Was he a heel?
No,
Not recently, but like when he was there.
that's right. Because he was still
12 days a week.
He wasn't a heel because they booed him. He was still a face. So
Right.
the opposite
So-
stands true, as they say.
Exactly. All that being said, the winner of the face turn of the year is, as pictured, Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Complete coincidence, I assure you. But yes, it's great. You know what? It'll probably stay that way for next year. So then I don't have to do it again. So these gentlemen here, for those of us who are not as old, this is the Fabulous Freebirds. And these is Faction of the Year, baby.
That's the Michael Hayes dance.
That's right. Pictured right there with the glasses, standing up with that flowing mane
Yup.
over there.
Flowing directly into his chest mane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it looks like he's wearing like a shirt, but it's
Yeah.
not a shirt. That's chest hair.
70s were a different time, man. I wasn't there, but I
Yeah.
hear.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
So self-explanatory here. Last year and the year before, the winners were the Bloodline. That, of course, being the OG Bloodline. The winners the 2 years before that, which was actually 2018 2019. We took a break in 2020, 2021, it would seem. Were the
Something happened.
Undisputed Era. Yes. So the nominees this year for Faction of the Year are Bloodline 2.0, The Wyatts, OG Judgment Day, Judgment Day 2, aka Street Trash, the Death Riders, the Don Callis family, Tony D's family, Fatal Influence, Damage Control, whatever's left of them, and Basement Jared's favorite, Pure Fusion Collective.
Pride Fighting Championship. Yes.
And we discussed this one. There was back and forth here. As
there is.
Yeah. But after not a ton of deliberation, because we kind of came to a pretty definitive conclusion here, the winners are the OG Judgment Day.
That's right. They kept it together for a bit. I guess.
Like up until the falling apart, they had a super strong year.
Yeah, they were pretty solid. They were doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They had El Campeon over there, and it was great. And congratulations to the Judgment Day. Each will get an individual pencil, but Dominic Mysterio will get a shorter one. When you sharpen it down and it's just like eraser space point, that's for Dominic Mysterio.
Yep, and don't be using it to eat your nuggies.
Yeah, it's bad for you. We know you're a child at heart. So
that's right.
Well, Rich Derez, it's now time for Best Match of the Year. The Steamboat Savage Match of the Year. Best Match of the Year. I know it's a bit redundant there, but I didn't think to fix that. So Match of the Year, Best Match of the Year, Rich Derez.
Right.
Yes, go ahead.
So the title of it is self-explanatory, just to throw this out there. Last year's winner was Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. at WrestleDream, which I called as the winner as I watched it. I think even before I watched it. When it was announced that it was happening, I knew it would be Match of the Year, and it was. The year before that was Gunther versus Sheamus, which was a banger.
After banger.
After banger.
After burger.
Burger. So, this year's nominees are Cody versus Roman from WrestleMania. Punk versus Drew from Hell in a Cell in Hell in a Cell. Bloodline Civil War from Survivor Series War Games. Bryan Danielson versus Katsuyori Shibata from Collision. Swerve versus Hangman. What was that on?
That was I forgot what pay-per-view it was. It might have been a WrestleDream or something. But the one where he stapled something to his mouth, his tongue or something. Everybody knows that one.
Yeah. Ospreay versus Darby Allin from Holiday Bash. And Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. from Forbidden Door. We discussed this one. It doesn't look like we picked a winner, but I feel like we had a strong leaning towards Punk versus Drew at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I like, because it's a real one-on-one contest. There was juice, years of career removed from both men's. Now, it was close because Cody versus Roman for the undisputed heavyweight championship, the stakes obviously couldn't be higher.
Right.
But
the stage couldn't be higher either.
They couldn't. And there was just so much going on there, though. It wasn't really like one-on-one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not to say that takes away from it, but I feel like the purity of the match, if that makes sense. Even though Hell in a Cell is not like a regular match. It is still kind of a gimmick match, but it's like, it's the feud blow-off mechanism
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was used correctly here. So I think that's where I lean towards.
Yeah,
This wasn't
I
easy for me.
I agree. That's again strong competition, but I'm with you. Punk
Yeah,
versus Drew, Hell in a Cell. The fact that there couldn't be any outside interference, it was just the two of them, and this blood feud that they had. Um, the story they told leading into the match, in the match, and then post match with Drew being off TV as long as he was.
yeah, that's right, man. That's right.
So that's it. Punk versus Drew, Hell in a Cell.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
It's now time for most electrifying mic work of the year. Of course, represented by the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, The Rock. Not to be confused with the final boss. Not to be confused with Hollywood Rock. This is prime rock, sort of. Um, Rich the Riz. Let's go.
All right. Title says it all. Last year's winner was, yeah, Christian Cage. Year before that, Roman Reigns.
Which is crazy when
Right.
you think about it.
And before that, 2019 was Eli Drake. Yeah,
Yeah, dummy.
yeah. It's almost weird to say Eli Drake now like that. It's
It
L.A.
is.
Knight. All right. So the nominees this year are Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and MJF. Now, we already have our winner, but some of you may be wondering, Jacob Fatu? And yes, I
Jacob
feel like
Fatu is real.
Jacob Fatu is real. Now, yeah, he's a scary dude. And anytime he has the mic, you listen, don't you? You pay attention. He's on camera, he's talking, you're listening. He commands your attention to his words. Strong, strong presence and mic work. However, the winner, best mic work of the year, he does not tell a lie. It's Drew McIntyre.
Tells the truth
Mm-hmm.
with an accent. And I hope he keeps
Yes.
going. I love what he's doing right now. Like it doesn't look like we talking about like is the feud over like it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's Royal Rumble, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And we got so many men's declared. The only woman declared for the Royal Rumble on women's side is Nia Jax, as far as I know.
Crazy.
Which, yeah,
But
it is, right?
we saw SmackDown.
That's right, because like I warned Tiffany Stratton.
Her
She
coming
didn't
was
listen.
foretold.
That's right. Charlotte Flair's coming back, guys. It's vignette time
From her yacht, apparently.
from her yacht. Maybe she's out there. She was out there concentrating, meditating. Maybe she goes to sports to exercise at foreign gyms. She's just. No wonder Andrade hasn't been doing too good lately. He misses his woman. All right, this category was definitely not missing. It was here all along. This is the Heenan Award for Broadcast Excellence, Rich Deriz.
That's right. This award is given to the announcer, color commentator, whichever that is just holding down the fort, doing it and doing it well. And this is a new award. We've never given this award before. And the nominees are Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Now, they do different jobs. They're both excellent at their jobs, which is why they're on the list here, why they have been nominated. Michael Cole, we're seeing a new Michael Cole since Triple H era began. Now he's shown more personality. He's actually yeeting on air, which I never thought I'd say.
Not on the table anymore though, because it was hard last time.
I think I
You
mean,
mentioned.
gotta have some reach with that.
Yeah.
But Pat McAfee, yeeting all over the place anytime he's there, and he even missed some time because of college football. But the award absolutely goes to Pat McAfee. He is the most entertaining on the announced team, on any of the announced teams. Um, and yeah, just congratulations, Pat. Thank you for all the work you do, and I can't wait to hear more of you.
Yeah, I think giving it to Pat is good. I honestly think that I think the pairing is perfect.
Hmm.
Um, these guys are friends. It shows in their rapport and how they work. Like it's amazing, like how much better they are together than Cole and Corey Graves was.
Hmm.
And I mean, it's you're not gonna get Michael Cole and Taz, bro. It's just that's a long time ago. But I think this is the best version of Michael Cole, and I think you don't really get that without Pat.
I agree.
I
The,
think.
the the amount of fun that Michael Cole is having now with Pat McAfee in particular, it's contagious, and like he clearly didn't have that before, and it's a new Michael Cole, and Pat McAfee. That's thank
What
you.
can you say? Yes. So thank you, and let's go to the next category. Well, this is heel turn of the year, Rich Derez, and you know what do you make of that? What could it be? The heel turn of the year, the barbershop window heel turn of the year, here represented with Shawn Michaels, Higginbottom Kid, kicking poor Marty Jannetty, who's a real freak. We come to find out later on, and well, he's a freak through a window. Heel. Rich Riz, please regale us with past winners and such.
All
The
right,
nominees.
last year's winner, if we remember this, was Adam Cole, baby, turning on MJF. It must have been. Before that, 2022 was Cora Jade. 2019 was the last time before that we had one. It was Bailey, but I have a note here that Io Sky and Dakota Kai were also nominated. So that must have been that couldn't have been the Formation and Damage Control. But interesting sort of trifecta there. Anyway, heel turn of the year. You see heel turn, it always gets a pretty big reaction online, on socials. So this year's nominees for the Barbershop Award, heel turn of the year: Shinsuke Nakamura, The New Day, Jon Moxley, DIY, and Kevin Owens. Now, Kevin Owens in particular, strong, very impactful, game changing heel turns. But for us, the winner here is the New Day.
Yeah. They could
won
barely
Dick
get a
Move.
word in.
They won Dick Move of the Year. They are kind of milking that a little bit, but you know what? Dom did too at first.
That's right, he
Dominic,
did.
yeah. Um, they're doing great work. They're so hated right now. What do we do? What do we do? Love it.
Why? What if? I wonder if they'll ever try to have like the New Day and Dominic Mysterio trying to cut a promo like live, like is
Mm.
everybody just gonna get booed and no one's gonna get a word in? Is that just too much for people? It could be very dangerous for Dominic Mysterio.
Like whatever the opposite of the roof blowing off the place would be. Like we certainly don't want a roof collapse.
Right. So yeah, the New Day, what they did was despicable, and downright disgusting, and that's why it's wins the heel turn of the year.
Pencils in the mail, guys.
In the mail. So, what do you think, Rich Derez? What a great bookies this year. What a golden pencil awards for everybody. I do want to say, I got to apologize. I owe the Bookiverse an apology. You see, because when these were made, we didn't want a separation. We wanted all folks to be eligible for these categories, which is why you got Jada Bianca as the tag team of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other female specific award is the Smoke Show of the Year. So I throw to you, Rich Deriz, unawkwardly. Female Wrestler of the Year. There's so many nominees. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, Bayley, Mariah May, Toni Storm. Just to name a few. You know what I mean?
All great nominees. Are we doing an impromptu award right here, right now?
We're doing it. Not out of guilt. Not out of, I just finished making more of these things. Not out of that. Not out of that. But out of sheer, I don't know. Fill in the blanks. Put it in the comments. In the comments below what you think my reasoning is. But I would like to think that it's been a great year for all of these women. Tiffany Stratton, Miss Money in the Bank. Tiffany Stratton cashes in on Nia Jax, which I believe was this year technically, so never mind that. Right? Right. It was in 2025, right? Pretty sure. Because it was one of the
last. I think it was the last SmackDown in 2024. No, it was the first SmackDown in 2025. Right, because it was January 6th was Raw, so January 3rd was SmackDown.
Yeah, because there's always like a lot of like what's the word? I'm looking for a word here. Because of the holidays, there was a lot of pre-tapes.
Yeah.
So obviously that wouldn't happen then. That's why I thought my brain went that way.
Yeah, we go by when it's aired.
Yeah. So either way,
that is WWE's lore.
Yeah.
It's the air date.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it was a surprise.
Right. Just
to
like
most people except for me.
Right. We're basing that on the fact that, like, for instance, Ric Flair's world titles, all of them, right, change hands even more times than the 16, but they were all house shows, and he got them back before the next TV taping, so they don't count in the official record. So if they don't count in the official record, then Tiffany Stratton's cash in, even if it happened before
which it didn't.
January 1st, 2025, which it didn't, wouldn't count in 2024 because it goes by the air date.
I think Bayley has a strong case here. She won the Royal Rumble match, won the championship off Io Sky at WrestleMania. But from then, it was a bit trepidatious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She lost the championship to Nia Jax. Would really love to give Bayley her flowers for this, but we got to be objective here, right?
Right. Bayley's a good candidate. I think Rhea is a very strong candidate here.
She's got everything, right?
Also, Like when you think about like Superstar of the Year, you think about like their presence and what they did, and like if they were hurt, if they were still working and still there. And Rhea did that, but
Yeah,
I feel like I kind of feel like Liv did so much of the work for all of that. She also worked hurt.
you live so hard, Rich Torres.
Hmm.
You live so hard. Wait a minute, what was that? Rich Torres, an idea has come to me.
Hmm.
There will be no answer to this until next week because I, in my wisdom, have decided
Hmm.
to throw this female superstar of the year to the Bookerverse. And they can vote. They can write down who they think it should be and why in the comments below. And if not, then we'll figure it out as we do.
That's right.
So yeah, write it down. Let us know what you think. About the new and improved Bookie Awards. It was a pleasure to bring it to you all here, right here. Now OGs may be like, there's some categories missing. The hell is that all about? Well, I'll tell you. What that's all about is there will be another awards show. And it is sort of different. It's not about the best, but it is about not quite the worst. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you're going to have it next week, a whole different one of awards. We decide that there should be two different ones. Like there's the movie awards, they have the Razzies. They don't they don't bring in the negative awards at the Oscars, dog. No, they
Hmm.
don't do that. They're all positive. That's what this was all about.
That's right.
So that's not a dick move of the year, but it belongs here. It definitely belongs here. But yes, Richard Riz, you take it away. Yeah.
Yep. So tune in
Yeah.
next week for the final Bookie Award Golden Pencil and our yet unnamed to be named rest of the Bookies Awards. Let us know down below who you think should win Female Superstar of the Year. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Tony Storm, Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, Bailey, or write in your own.
Could be
Regardless who you pick,
Mercedes Monet.
could be
She still
Mercedes
took that mark to the
Monet.
bank.
Yep, that's right, she did. Let us know down below who, and just as importantly, please let us know why. Give us your arguments. Why this person had a stronger year than someone else. Okay?
That's helpful.
Yeah. That'll be a talking point. So we will discuss. Do it down below. And yeah, patreon.com/Basic Bookers. Or is it Basic Bookers Pod?
You had it.
Basic Bookers.
No, you had it right there. Facebook.
There you go. Yep. It's free. If you chuck in a buck, you get some exclusive content. So also check there for all the links to all our socials. And as always, Jerry's got a parting message.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall. So make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the Booker.